Hi everyone, my name is Yair and I'm going to be guiding you to another 60-minute Vinyasa flow. I hope you enjoy it. All you need for today's practice is a mat and possibly some yoga blocks if you have them. I always recommend using them. Unfortunately, I don't have any today, but I would use them if I had them. Alright, so we're going to begin in lying on our back in a half shavasana. The knees are bent and the feet are on the ground. The heels are kind of close to the sit bones, sitting bones. And we're going to begin, as we start all of our practices, in transitioning from whatever it was that we were doing before the practice and whatever it is that we're anticipating that's going to happen after the practice. Start transitioning to the current moment and to the practice of yoga. And a very good way to do that is by slowly shifting our awareness to our breath. Start noticing how each breath is coming in and out through the nose. Notice what's touching the ground, the feet, the lower back, the upper back, the head, maybe the arms and the hands. And allow your weight to just be held by gravity. And just relax and surrender into this. Start noticing each inhale and each exhale. Maybe pay attention to the characteristics of the inhales, having a little bit more of a expansion in the body, in the belly, the ribs, the chest. And each exhale, a little bit more grounding, centering, contraction in the body. One more inhale and one more exhale here. Just notice the expansion and notice the grounding and contraction on the exhale. The next inhale, we're going to be pushing our feet into the ground and allow this expansion to help us rise up with our hips towards the sky or the ceiling. To whatever extent is comfortable, fully express this inhale. And when the exhale starts, slowly start lowering back down. One more time, inhale, push the feet into the ground and rise up. And on the exhale, slowly lower down. One more time, inhale, push the feet into the ground, rise up. This time we're going to stay at the top and we're going to breathe here, maybe 2 more breaths. Make sure you're comfortable. You shouldn't feel any pain. If you do, then back off, lower down. Come closer to these breaths, to these inhales and exhales. We're activating the backside of the body. On the next exhale, we're going to slowly lower down. Great job. Hug the knees to the chest. Inhale. And on the exhale, let the knees fall down to the right side. Maybe open up the left hand to the side for a twist. Come back to center. Hug the knees. And again, next exhale, allow the knees to lower down to the left side for a twist to the left. And come back to center. One last hug here. Place the hands beside the body. We're going to roll forward to a boat pose. 3 breaths here. 2. 1. On the inhale, we're going to lower down to a low boat. Make sure your lower back is touching the ground here. 3 breaths here. If the lower back isn't touching, you can lift your legs up as far as it's comfortable, so the lower back is touching the ground. 1. With the help of the hands, rise up for boat pose again. 3 breaths. 2. 1. And one last time, low boat. 3. Reach backwards. 2. 1. Rise up for boat. Last time. 3. 2. And 1. Land with your feet. Push yourself forward for a squat. And from the squat, we're gonna step back to a plank pose, push the ground away. The heels are shifting backwards. A slight tuck in the tailbone. The eyes of the elbows are directed forward. And we're pushing the ground away. 2 more breaths here. 1. And on the exhale, downward dog. 2 more breaths. 1. Knees down. Place the hands closer to the knees. And we're going to start shifting back and forth for a wrist warm-up. Stay connected to that breath you established in the beginning. Try to maintain a slow, calm rhythm throughout the practice. And you're breathing in and out through the nose. Fingers pointing towards the knees, and sit back towards the heels. Expand on the inhale, and contract and ground on the exhale. Great job. Sit on the heels. Shake out the wrists a little bit. I'm going to go back into a tabletop. You can point the heels. So we're about to lift the right foot and the left hand. But before we do that, and this is a concept that is true to any movement in yoga and in life really, you want to establish stability before the movement. So in order to do that, let's think about our right hand and our left shin, and really push the right hand and the left shin into the ground and feel this stability and this base that's established before the movement. When you have this stabilization ready, prepared, now you can inhale and send your right leg back and your left hand forward. Great job. Push into the ground. The hips are parallel to the ground. Place your left hand in front of you, a little bit towards the end of the mat, and place your right foot behind your left toes, and then send your left toes to the left side of the mat. Then you can lift your right hand up for a supported side plank. You can stay here, or you can push. Again, we're about to introduce movement, so push into the left hand and the right foot, and lift the left knee. You can place the left foot on the ground and transition into a downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Exhale, slowly place the right foot between the hands. And on the inhale, the left knee lowers to the ground. And we rise up for a low lunge. Exhale, right knee straightens and we shift backwards. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, straighten. Push into that right foot. Last time. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. And exhale, straighten. The next inhale, we're going to shift forward and go into a supported warrior 3. Warrior 3 prep. We have a tendency here to lift the left hip up. So make sure or try to have the hips kind of parallel to the floor. We're going to place our left foot on the right foot. So we're in a kind of awkward tree pose. Then we're going to slowly rise up. Try to find this stability by pushing into the right foot, pushing the right foot into the ground, hands to the heart. Breathe. Place the left foot on the ground. Inhale, hands rise up, meet above the head. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, hands rise up, meet above the head. And exhale, lower all the way down for forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, step back to plank. One inhale here. Exhale, downward dog. And the knees go down for a tabletop. Going to do the other side. So this time we're going to lift the left foot, left leg, and the right hand. So let's find that stability with left hand, right shin. Push them into the ground. Inhale, right hand forward, left leg back. Push into the ground. The hips are parallel. Place the right hand on the floor in front of you, a little bit towards the end of the mat. Place the left foot behind your right toes. Shift your or rotate your toes to the outside right side of the mat. Push into the right hand, push into the left foot, and lift your left hand up. You can think about pushing the right hip forward. Really opens the body up. Push into the left foot, push into the right hand, and option to lift your right knee up. Place the right knee on the floor, transition into a downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, slowly place the left foot between the hands. And inhale for a low lunge. Exhale, left foot or left knee straightens and we shift backwards. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, straighten. Last time, inhale, rise up. Exhale, straighten. And on the inhale, warrior 3 prep, we're going to shift forward. The hips are parallel to the floor. Push into that left leg. The right foot is thinking about extending backwards. Place the right foot on the left foot for this awkward kickstand tree. And find the stability with your left foot and start rising up. Great job. Hands to the heart. Connect back to the breath. In and out through the nose. Slow and calm. Place the right foot on the ground. Inhale, hands up, meet above the head. Exhale, hand to the heart. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, rise up halfway. And exhale, step back for a plank. Inhale here. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, heels lift. Knees are bent. Exhale, step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, rise up halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, hands above the head. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, hands up. And exhale all the way down. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, float or step to a chaturanga. Inhale, push the ground away, plank. Knees down, elbows down. Exhale, glide forward and through. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Exhale, right leg between the hands. The knee and the toes, you want them in the same direction. Inhale, rise up for a crescent lunge. Push into the ground. We're going to be here for 4 more breaths. Think about the hands rising up towards the sky. 3. You can think about the back heel shifting backwards. 1. Exhale, hands to the heart. On the next inhale, we're going to shift forward for Warrior 3. Option for Warrior 3 prep, like we did before. The hips are parallel to the floor, pushing the ground with the right foot. On the inhale, we're slowly rising up. And left leg forward. And we transition into any variation of a tree. So it can be a low tree kickstand like we did before, or a tree pose. It's important here just not to put the foot on the knee joint. Slowly place the left foot on the ground. Start bending the knees and the hands backwards. The ribs are resting on the thighs. And inhale, chair pose. Option to lift your heels. 2 more breaths here. 1. And we're going to lower down to a squat in a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Transition into a boat pose again. I know you missed the boat pose, so we have it here again in case you missed it. Put your hands or your fingers together. I'm going to do some Russian twists. So just going to start touching the left side of the mat and then the right. Okay, for 30, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 20, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boat pose. Great job. Exhale, feet to the floor, hands behind you, and push the hips up for a reverse tabletop. 2 breaths here to counter that. You can move around a little bit if you want. And lower all the way down. Shift forward for a squat. Place the hands. Plank pose. Downward dog. Inhale, right leg rises up. Exhale, slowly place the right leg between the hands. We're going to firm into that right leg. That's going to allow us to disconnect with the left leg. So now we're in one-legged forward fold or half split, something of that sort. 2 breaths here. Going to place our right hand in front of us, and we're transitioning into a half moon. So again, before the movement, we want to find stability. So push into that right foot and find a nice place for that right hand to allow yourself to open up to the left side. Stable, calm, and maybe lift the left hand up. Great job. Two more breaths here. The right knee starts to bend, and this is allowing us to place the left foot on the ground. Left hand pulls us backwards to a reverse warrior. And on the exhale, warrior 2. Make sure that the knee and the toes of the front foot are pointing to the same direction. And we're pushing into both legs, both feet. Also, both shins are shifting to their relative forward. So this shin is shifting to that direction. This shin is shifting to that direction. We're pushing everything into the ground for this stability. 2 more breaths. The next exhale, I'm gonna shift to a Skandasana to the left. The left foot is bent, the right foot is straight. 2 breaths here. It's okay if the heel is lifted. On the exhale, we're going to shift forward. Plank. Downward dog. On the inhale, heels lift, knees are bent. Exhale, float or step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands meet above the head. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump or float, step to a chaturanga. And inhale, push the ground plank. Knees bent, elbows to the ground. Exhale, glide forward and through. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, slowly place the left foot between the hands. And inhale, crescent lunge. 4 breaths here. Make sure that the left knee and the left toes are in the same direction. And really Start connecting back to the breath. Expansion on the inhale. Contraction, grounding on the exhale. 2 more breaths. Reach up with the hands upwards towards the sky. 1. On the exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, shift forward, warrior 3. Try to make sure that your hips are parallel to the floor here. Inhale, we're gonna rise up. The right leg points forward. Tree pose. Either a low tree, kickstand tree, whatever feels comfortable, whatever feels right now. Slow, steady breaths. By the way, you can always take a break, go into child's pose. If you notice that your breath is out of rhythm, or you're breathing too hardly, place the right foot on the floor. Inhale, hands up above the head. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're gonna bend our knees and send our hands backwards. The ribs are on our thighs. Inhale, chair pose. Option to lift the heels. 2 breaths. One. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to a plank. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale all the way down. Place the hands to the sides of the shoulders. You can widen the space between your feet and allow the expansion of the inhale to give rise to your chest. So inhale, chest lifts up and opens up. Exhale, lower down. 2 more times. And the last time we're going to stay at the top. Of course, stay here only if it's comfortable. If it's too awkward or doesn't feel right, then back off. And lower all the way down. Hands by the shoulders. Flex the feet. Inhale, plank. And exhale to a child's pose. Short rest here. Slowly transition back to a plank. And downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left leg between the hands. We're gonna firm into that left foot. Push into it. That allows us to lift our right foot backwards and up. So now we're in a one-legged forward fold. One more breath here. Place the left hand in front of you in a way that's going to support your movement towards a half moon to the right, okay? So I place the left hand, and then with the stability I have, I start opening up, straightening the left hand, left leg, left hand, and opening up to the right, and maybe lifting the right hand up. Three more breaths here. 2. Open up, reach backwards. Slow, calm breaths. The left knee starts to bend a little bit. This allows us to place our right foot on the ground. The right hand pulls us backwards to a reverse warrior. And on the exhale, warrior 2. Couple of breaths here. You can adjust the stance. And remember, you can always adjust any pose to the way that feels right for you, feels comfortable. You always want to feel stable, and you always want to feel comfortable. This doesn't mean it needs to be easy or that no effort is involved, but you want to feel comfortable, you want to feel stable, and have the ability to really tune in to the breath and the sensations of the body, and just notice what's arising right now. Great job. Skandasana to the right, right leg bent, right knee bent, left leg straight. 2 breaths here. And on the exhale, we're going to float forward for a plank. Exhale, downward dog. Great job. Inhale, heels lift, knees bent. Exhale, step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands meet above the head. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, hands up above the head. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float to a chaturanga. Inhale, push, plank. Knees bent, elbows down. Exhale, glide forward and through. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Great job. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Exhale, right leg to left elbow. We're going to straighten the right leg, push into the right hand, and lift the left hand up to the sky. Starfish pose. Left hand touches the ground. Pull the right foot, right leg below and above the left leg for a wild thing. Inhale, right leg rises up. Exhale, right leg forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. Revolves crescent. And inhale, reverse. So the left hand is above the head, the right hand is touching the thigh or just pointing backwards, and really twist into this. Slow, deep breaths. And notice if you're blocking your breath somehow, and just release that if you can. Great job. We're going to start shifting forward, preferably on the exhale. And on the inhale, the same as we did in the half moon, we find stability and we open up to the right for a revolved half moon. Left foot meets the right for a chair twist to the right. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plank pose. Inhale, stay here. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg rises up. Exhale, left leg, left knee to right elbow. Straighten the left foot, the left leg. Push into the left hand. Starfish. Right hand to the ground. Pull the left leg below and then above the right leg for a wild thing. The hip and the waist are reaching towards the sky. Push into the hand and the foot. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left leg forward. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. And inhale, reverse it. Reach with that right hand up and back. Maybe you can go a little bit lower. Breathe. Calm as much as you can. Slow. And rest if you need to. On the exhale, we're going to start shifting forwards, finding stability, and then shifting into a revolved half moon. Opening up to the left, pushing the left foot into the ground. The right foot is thinking towards the back. And just do any micro adjustment that you need to make this work for you. Right foot meets the left. Chair twist to the left. Each exhale, maybe twist a little bit more. Inhale, chair. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale here. And exhale, downward dog. Great job. I'm going to stay here for 3 or 4 breaths. You can do vinyasa if you want. 3. 2. 1. Great job. Slowly step to the front of the mat for a squat, yogi squat. Great job, guys. I'm sweating. Very nice. So we're going to stay in the squat a little bit. Start slowing it down. Connect back to the breath. Expansions on the inhales throughout the entire body. And contraction, grounding, centering on the exhales. So some people tell me that it's challenging for them to really have a routine going with yoga. It's hard for them to find time to move or to meditate or so I recommend trying the tiny habits approach. So you don't really have to do like 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour of yoga each day. But the real secret to having yoga or anything, any habit in your routine, something that you do on a daily basis, is to consistently do this habit, even if it's a tiny version of it. And you do that by finding an anchor. So an anchor would be a habit that you already do and you don't really think about it, you always do it. So an anchor could be, for example, brushing your teeth. And then you do a tiny version of the habit that you want, which is yoga. So a tiny version of the habit could be just rolling out the mat. That's it. And then you celebrate or congratulate yourself for doing it. Very simple. So what you can do is say, after I brush my teeth, I roll out my mat and celebrate. Or, love yourself, hug yourself for doing that. And just plant that seed and see what happens, Maybe one day you just roll out your mat, do nothing. That's fine. You already showed up for yourself, even though you didn't really move or, meditate. So it's quite a long squat, right? But eventually it might grow into a deep and meaningful practice. So try it out. Let's sit on our buns. Right leg forward, left leg back, 90 degrees. The thigh is 90 degrees to the torso, the shin 90 degrees to the thigh, and the foot 90 degrees to the shin. So it's a 90-90 pose. And from here we're gonna fall forward, lean forward. I was taught not to say fall. Don't fall forward. Lean forward and down. Great job. Connect to that breath. On the inhale, we're going to rise up. We're going to swap our feet and do it on the other side. Great job. Really start melting, surrendering. And we're gonna lift up. Let's lie back down to a half shavasana, similar to how we started the practice. The heels next to the sit bones, hands to the sides. Connect back to that expansion on the inhale, grounding, contraction on the exhale. The next inhale, push the feet into the ground and allow the waist and hips to rise up towards the sky. Stay there at the top. Notice if there's any difference from the beginning of the practice, either in the body, how you feel right now. On the exhale, we're slowly going to lower down. Going to hug the knees to the chest. Let's take one last inhale here. Inhale all the way. Hold at the top. Inhale a little bit more. And exhale. Release to the shavasana. So extend the feet forward, the hands to the sides. Really relax and let go of any tension in the body. Wherever you can find it, release it. And I'm gonna do a small exercise with you, small yoga nidra body scan. So I'm gonna name areas in the body. And what I want you to do is just shift your attention to those areas when they're pointed out. And maybe relax or release tension if you can, but just noticing them is enough. The right toes, the right foot, the right ankle, the right shin, the right knee, the right thigh, the right hip joint, the entire right leg, from the toes to the hip joint. the left toes, the left foot, the left ankle, the left shin, the left knee, the left thigh, the left hip joint, the entire left leg from the toes to the hip joint, both the left and the right legs, the groin, the pelvic floor, the navel, the belly, the ribs, the chest, the back, the spine, from the sit bone, tailbone, up towards the skull, the shoulders, the arms, the forearms, the hands and the fingers, the throat, the neck, the crown of the head, the forehead, the eyebrows, the eyelids, the eyes, the eye sockets, the nose, the nostrils, the cheeks, the mouth, the tongue, the chin, the entire face, the lower part of the body, the upper part of the body, the face, the head, the hands, the right side of the body, the left side of the body, the entire body. Notice how your entire body is feeling, and maybe release tension. Let your next breaths be a little bit deeper. You're going to slowly roll to one of the sides. and we are going to meet in a seated position. So if you have a pillow, that would be nice. We're going to do a short meditation. So just sit in a comfortable position, your spine erect, hands anywhere that's comfortable. If you want, you can close your eyes. Start paying attention to whatever is touching the ground, your feet, your sit bones, the touch of your hands with your thighs or your knees or whatever they are touching. Start noticing the expansion on the inhale around this central axis, this line from the middle of your pelvic floor up to your skull. An expansion around this line. And on the exhale, a contraction and centering of this line. I want you to try to imagine a moment that you were grateful for something or for someone. Maybe someone did something for you and you were very grateful. Or just try to imagine or try to connect to this feeling of gratefulness. I want you to direct this gratefulness towards yourself for showing up, for moving, for working on yourself, and for doing your best. Place your hands together in front of the heart. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for, watching, practicing, doing the work, and allowing me to share this practice with you. And I hope to see you again in next videos. Maybe like, maybe subscribe, that would be great. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.